Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Victor again with my Ioniq 5. So if you saw the picture and the question that I posted in my channel's community tab, well, the answer is yes. Here's that photo, and I had asked people, could I squeeze past this Jeep without curbing my rims and without having to hop onto the curb? Honestly, when I had reached this point in the street, I stopped and thought to myself, I shouldn't have turned down the street. Now, if it were a lower curb, I would have considered just hopping up onto it, but this one was probably about 5 inches tall, without any type of curb cut, and just not enough space to maneuver to try to approach it with more of a straight-on angle. So I felt like I would probably end up doing some real damage to the rims. So I actually ended up getting really close, getting out and taking a look from the front, and I realized I probably had about 1.5 inches on each side to make it through, so I decided to give it a go. So here's the video proof. Sorry, it's a little bit shaky. I'm trying to drive with my left hand while trying to film with my right hand while trying to make sure I get through without damaging my rims. And there's going to be another clip. It's the same exact one but zoomed in a little more so you have a better view of the car's camera system. Now, I ended up stopping once I pulled up alongside the Jeep so I could get out and see with my own eyes just how close things were, without any kind of camera lens distortion. Though clearly the Jeep owner was lazy or didn't care because I can see daylight between their tire and the curb. Plus, they just didn't bother to straighten their tires out. Now, no one in Philadelphia turns their wheels toward the curb on purpose, not even in my neighborhood where people park on inclines and declines. So then I hopped back in. Unfortunately, we don't have a good view of the rear rims and tires, but the hard part is over. Once I've cleared the front, I know I just need to keep it straight so I can clear the back. And here is another zoomed in clip showing the car's camera system so you have a better view. Now, I believe this is the same 360 camera system on most of the newer Hyundais, and one of the best parts is that the cameras come on automatically while you're in drive if these sensors go off. So I didn't have to go and hit the camera button. They came on automatically to whatever view mode I had set it to last. And this is the view I usually use, with the front tire view, which also has the 360 view planted on the right side. So Philadelphia is a pretty old city with a lot of small and narrow side streets that have been here probably before cars were invented. So back in the day, this was probably made for horse and carriages, not so much for cars that are only continuing to get wider and wider. In this clip, I'm actually in South Philadelphia, which is notorious for these small side streets. Not only that, but you'll see these steel bollards which are filled with concrete. In this case, it's probably installed here to protect this house. We've got drunk drivers and people that lose control of their cars and drive into homes all over Philadelphia. The company that I work for probably comes across maybe 5 of these cases each year just in Philadelphia. Then further down the block, owners might install these to keep people from parking on the curb in front of their house. And in other parts of the city, it's required wherever your gas meter is located to protect it from collisions. But in South Philly, it makes it really difficult to navigate these small streets. Sometimes you'll come across a street repair crew or a delivery van or just construction vehicles that clearly will not be moving for you. So your only choice is to hop onto the curb, but then you also have to watch out for these bollards. So you're kind of boxed in on both sides. And that was less of a problem with my old Volvo XC60. I had about 8 inches of ground clearance and a rim and tire combination that just was less damage prone. The Ioniq 5 only has about 6 inches of ground clearance, and you already know about the rims. So in these types of conditions, the Ioniq 5 probably isn't the best choice for my daily driver. However, I don't come across these conditions every single day. I'm not in South Philadelphia every day. My old Mini Cooper was a better match in the sense that I could get down even more narrow streets and openings, but then I would run into a bigger issue there because I have even less ground clearance, probably 4 inches. So then in that car, my only option was to back all the way up out of the street because I couldn't hop onto the curb even if I wanted to. I just didn't have enough ground clearance. So really, in these types of conditions, I need more of a small SUV with enough ground clearance and a wheel tire combo that just won't get damaged. I was actually considering a two-door Wrangler for a while, but like I said, Philly is a city with so many different driving conditions, and I would only need that for when I'm driving down these small streets, which again is not every day. So with the Ioniq 5, what I'll do often is I'll stay on the main streets where it's wider, and I'll park on the main streets, and then I'll walk the block or two to the job site if it's located on one of these smaller streets. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the real life usage of the 360 camera system. I think it's fantastic, especially the forward field view coming from the cameras and the side mirrors. Instead of just seeing directly above the tire, you have a very wide spread, and that allowed me to actually see in front and safely navigate around that Jeep. If I had put it onto the front-facing camera, I wouldn't have been able to see the tires and rims. So again, great job Hyundai. I'm really glad I got the 360 camera. So let me know about your experiences with narrow streets. I know Philly isn't the only old city, so I'm sure plenty of you have run into similar experiences. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.